Welcome to High Conversion Subject Line Creation. This SOP is gonna guide you through the step-by-step process which you can use to create subject lines for emails which intrigue people, it entices them to open your emails. Obviously, if people open your emails, then obviously more people are seeing what you have to offer, and that leads to more book calls, and more book calls lead to more clients, which leads to more money in your bank account. So this is literally how you can improve and increase your bank balance. Anyways, coming to some basic guidelines and principles, don't want to get into a lot of theory based stuff, just some guidelines which I've learned over a long enough period of time in my brief career in cold emails. The subject line should invoke curiosity. Curiosity is the biggest driver of action, at least in cold emails from what I've noticed. Why this work? I really have no clue. It's just like a human psychological trick. Like people just are curious, and when we're curious, we want to know what exactly happens. Like if you think this does not work, just ask yourself, like the last time you were binge watching a series on Netflix, why were you doing it? Like I remember my mom was yesterday like watching a series from like 7 p.m. till like 12 a.m. and she's literally watching that right now as I speak. And I asked her like, why are you watching the series? It's like a pretty random ass like bullshit type of series. And she's like, I just want to know what happens in the end. So people literally dedicate like hours of their life. I'm not saying she's doing something right or wrong. Do whatever you want to do with your life. But that curiosity has caused her to invest hours of her life into that series. And me and you both have been guilty of this. Like when was the like just try to think of the last time you invested hours or like you watched a video or you binge watch a particular series. You were just kind of curious. Like what happens at the end? Exactly. We all are like pretty curious creatures. Like remember when we were like young kids and everything, and our mothers and our parents used to tell us like don't do that, like don't do that thing, blah blah blah. And we always did that thing. When our parents told us like don't go into that room, we were kind of curious like what's exactly in that room. And human beings are like curious creatures, and curiosity is the biggest driving force of like the biggest stimuli in cold outreach. And stimuli is basically anything which causes us to take action. For example, if I put my finger in a socket, like an electrical socket, then the electrical current is a stimuli which will force me to remove my finger because I'm being electrocuted. If I touch my finger on a hot stove of gas, like obviously I'm going to remove my finger because the warmth or the heat is a stimuli which forces me to act or to take action. And similarly, curiosity is the stimuli which will force people to open up your emails, because people are like, damn bro, every single email I receive is elevate your business with our social media marketing, or like elevate your blah 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 blah. But this person out of nowhere is using like a subject line which is full of curiosity, it's inducing, and it's just like, I want to know what's exactly in this email. Like the best freaking email which I've seen is, I'll just try to find some examples. Like something was like, hey, yeah, this is the email which converted like so freaking well. And there's a helicopter flying over my house. I don't know why, out of nowhere Indian Air Force wants to like fly a helicopter. So just sorry for the disruption. Anyways, he's like a pretty successful guy. Like on Instagram you can search him up, called Ben Bader, I think that's his name. Yeah. So this guy, and he's a very good like copywriter, everything. And imagine I just woke up randomly at like 7:30 a.m. in the morning, and I'm just checking out my emails, and all the emails are like lost chance, sawmill thoughts, blah blah blah. And this guy's like, hey. So obviously that's called pattern interrupt. And he interrupted my pattern, and he was like, damn bro, like everything is the same and I'm gonna be different. And I love this email line. Another email is like, I received it. It's one of the best freaking cold emails I've received. So I'm just gonna show it to you. What was the name of that? What was the name? I'm forgetting it. It was something like Andro Cohen, something like that. I think this is the thing. Yeah. No. Arc. Yeah. this is one of the best cold emails I've received, pretty successful guy. And it was like once again, simple, quick question for Somil. I was like, damn bro, who the person is, like quick question and it's for me, everything. And I was curious. Then I wanted to see this Loom video which had my background, like I thought it was like manually done, he manually did it, everything, all of that stuff. But turns out it was like done with AI, you can do it as well, automated Loom videos, and you can make this background move to and everything. So yeah, but this is one of the best cold emails I've received, and he's a pretty successful, good guy. And this works just because of the curiosity. So the best thing I've done is just break down why something worked. I was just like, bro, this email performs so well. Like, why exactly did it perform so well? And then I was kind of curious. Like, I want to do the same and everything, all of that stuff. Yeah. And the next thing is, the subject line should be simple and conversational. Like, just keep it simple. Don't make it extremely complex. Like all of these lines which I'm sharing with you, like quick question for Somil, hey, hi Somil. These are the lines which have had the highest success rates for both me and all these people in the marketing world. Do you think these people don't know English? Do you think they cannot make it complex? That guy is making like $100,000 a month, and obviously he can like hire the best thing. Like obviously he knows so much stuff, he can use complex technical jargon, all of that shiny object language, all of that complicated shit. But the simple thing actually works. You also need to avoid marketing sounding phrases. Just don't use marketing, like anything which is related to marketing. Don't be like elevate your brand presence, boost your social media reach, blah blah blah, because number one, it will like land you directly in the spam or in the promotion stuff instead of the inbox, and people are gonna think you're another one of those billion-dollar companies who's just blasting their list which they got, and these companies are actually like full of shit and they just have like access to like extra venture capital funding, so they just want to like blast out emails and no one wants to check it. Like Ferrari sends out their email newsletters and never in my life have I checked them out. Like they're absolutely terrible. It's just spammy, marketing filled bullshit. The only people who I regularly consume, like they have 2 words in the subject line. Their subject line is literally like hard work. That's the subject line they freaking use. It does not sound marketing related, none of that crap, and people don't want to like indulge with marketers. People absolutely like hate marketers because they've ruined their reputation for like everyone. A very good question you can ask yourself is, I always ask this to myself when I'm writing email copy or anything, would a friend use the subject line when casually speaking to me? So I always have this question for myself, like, okay, so I'm using this everything, blah blah blah. If my best friend was reaching out to me using email, would he like write this? Obviously my best friend would use a subject line like, hey Somil, hi Somil, but he won't use like, Somil, time to elevate at the rate sales and AI. Like obviously he's not gonna talk to me like that. So just ask yourself, would a friend who's speaking to me, would my best friend use the subject line? The next thing is, I like to keep subject lines between 3 to like 6 words max, maybe even 2 words like hi, hey, first name, blah blah blah. So I'll make it 2 to 6 words. So instead of 3 to 6, you can be like 2 to 6. And the goal is like, the simple goal of the subject line is not to sell anything, not to pitch a product, nothing. It's just to make the recipient curious enough to open the email. It should just invoke enough curiosity so the person is like, damn bro, what exactly is inside this email? And I don't use smartly.ai anymore. Like I use my own platform, but I think if I'm already logged in, I can show you like 79-80% open rates. Oh, I don't use it anymore. Like I use this account very briefly. You can see like 60% open rates, and on my other accounts I've got like upwards of 79% open rates as well. And let me just show you what was the, like I don't use this platform anymore. And let me just try to find like, how can I see the exact emails which I was sending out? I can't find it, but the exact subject line which I was using was like, I was split testing 2 things like hi first name and hey first name. And I got like 60% open rates, 40% open rate. This was like, I just stopped using it. It had a lot of bounce emails, everything. It was not the best one. And in the other account, I've got like 79% open rates on like 200 to 500 emails which I sent out. So it clearly works. You just have to make the person curious enough to open the email. Anyways, some examples of effective subject lines, like you don't have to spend like hours dedicated to writing the perfect subject lines. Hi first name is actually like a line I got from Shad Khan, very good friend of mine. I absolutely like love that person. So he was like, Saumil bro, just use hi first line. Like I was completely new to cold email and I was like, bro, what should be the subject line which I used? I've never sent out a cold email in my life. And he was like, just use this one. This has the highest open rates for my company. I think he had like a 7 to 8% reply rate, which was pretty decent. The next thing you can use is obviously hey first name. The only issue is if you're sending out emails to the opposite gender, it sometimes comes out as like kind of weird. So I stopped using it just to be on the safer side, because obviously like if you're a girl, like you're just bombarded with this shit from guys and you think like he's another one of those people. So not the best idea if you're like reaching out to the opposite gender, but if you're reaching out to the same gender, then I think it should be good to go. And obviously it's kind of like more informal, so just figure out what is good. This has worked very well. I've gotten like upwards of 60% open rates on this. First name, quick question. And this name, by the way, I like to use first name. A lot of marketing people are like, use for like the full name. I don't like my full name, like maybe that's just me. But a human, like if a friend of mine is speaking to me, he won't use my fucking first name, right? Sorry, full name, right? He's gonna be like, first name, Saumil, what's up, man? So yeah, that thing. If you don't have the name, obviously you can just use this. Question related to company name. So if the person is a founder of, let's say, Spark G Media, they're a client who work with us. So I'll be like, question related to Spark G Media. After that, you can use question for name, an idea for company name, an idea for Spark G Media, an idea for Apple, Google, Microsoft, blah, blah, blah. And these are some good variations. Like if you want more variation, you can just go to ChatGPT. I actually used it a lot. So the best one is not available. So you can use the Owen model, which is the best one. And that's, yeah, just use that one. But you can just be like, give me more variations of subject lines, like I want to maximize open rates. Just a simple prompt. It's gonna think for a bit and give you like pretty good examples. So yeah, just use it, all of this stuff, and you're never gonna run out of this. So the best model is obviously O1. So please use that. I do not have access to that anymore. That's why I'm using O1 Mini, but O1 is the best. Obviously you can do it with the free ChatGPT thing as well, but obviously if you want better results, then pay for it. It's absolutely cool. And once again, if you want like ChatGPT Plus at 50% off, you can use these links to check out, like 50% off because we buy it in bulk. So obviously we have bulk buying discount. Otherwise you can buy directly from them at the full price. That's totally cool as well. Anyways, some instructions you can use to optimize the emails. So what you need to do, whatever the subject line is, you just simply copy paste that and you open this free tool. It's completely free of cost, like nothing to pay, no sign in opt-in, and it's called Mail Meteor Spam Checker. You just simply paste the thing and it's gonna tell you, like for example, if I write in the subject, pay me $5,000 right now or I will eat you alive. Phishing mail. So obviously if I use this is like a pretty terrible and a poor subject line, right? So it's gonna give you all the things which are wrong. So just paste your subject line. So let's say I'm using question related to company underscore name, like basically the personalization thing. So this is gonna change. So then it says like great, and basically you just simply have to ensure like it's in the green thing and there are no shady words. So things like deal, things like urgent, things like scarcity. So don't include these shitty words, and it's gonna tell you all the words which are problematic and just simply remove them and you'll be good to go, because this ensures that your mails actually end up in the inbox and not in the spam or promotions. And yeah, just review the spam score and just figure out the, like just replace the words which are problematic and just wait for the overall score to be marked as good or great and come in the green zone, and you're pretty much good to go. And you can start using the finalized subject line for your cold email. So if you're like an action taker, what you can do right now is just a second, click on file, click on make a copy, just click on this so that you can actually edit out this document. Just open this up and write your subject line, whatever you have chosen, because action takers win in life. So if you're an action taker, write it down right now. So I'll be like, quick question for first name. Obviously in the sales and software, we're gonna use the first name tag, so you don't have to like write the first name out for all the recipients. So just be an action taker and take action and do this like right now. Anyways, coming to the next part. If you don't have, like, if someone might be like, Soumya, like, can I send like non-personalized subject lines? And if you're that person, as a rule of thumb, please, for the love of God, like, avoid this. Please, for the love of God, just avoid non-personalized first lines, because like, you're just gonna struggle, man. No one wants to be blasted out from a list. And if you follow the various lead sourcing methods which are shared in the sales and community for free and all of that stuff, you can just be like automated profits alchemy. You can just come here, and if you go to the lead generation courses, like in the learning section, you go to this thing like unlimited lead generation, 100% automated, and you use the systems we teach for sourcing out the leads. Then you can extract like a lot of data, and because we have a lot of data, we can personalize it a lot. Like, we literally, like, I used this in a campaign and it worked like phenomenally well. There was a campaign for like local businesses, I don't remember, I think it was like salons in Delhi, and I literally just copy pasted their exact address which we scraped, and the person was like, damn bro, like, how the frick is he writing out my exact address? And that got like a 45 to 50% open rate. So there's no limits to your creativity. So personalization always helps. So just source better quality data, and after that, use whatever field you can use to personalize the email. So for example, like when I'm targeting local businesses, I don't have access to the name of the owner, so I don't use that. I'm not gonna be like, hey first name, or like, hey company name. I'm gonna be like, question related to company name, question related to Dr. Abhirachana Dental Aesthetics, question related to Dr. Paul White Implant Center. Maybe something like that. That is the thing which I'm gonna use, because we have to use the cards which we have. Like, we just have to play the rules with what we have in our store. Like, complaining about it like I don't have the first name, like that's not gonna do anything. So either just source better quality data or use whatever like data you have. For example, if I can see like the total number of reviews which a person has, so I can just use like, let's say a local business has 239 positive reviews on Google. I can just be like 239 happy customers for like 239 happy customers question mark. And that person is going to be like, bro, like what exactly does he mean by this? 239 happy customers for insert his business name. Then he's obviously going to click. So just use whatever field you have to personalize, because a personalized email is obviously better. It obviously leads to higher click rates and open rates. And the best field, like the best thing you can use, if I had just one thing which I could use to personalize, it would just be the first name. That's literally the best thing. If personalization feel like a field which you use to personalize, for example, first name or company name, is not visible, like it's not directly available, you can use ChatGPT O1. This only works with O1. Like, I've tried other things, it does not work like in a very good way. But if the personalization field is not directly available, you can use ChatGPT O1 to extract the data and create it. That's why I have these two spreadsheets with me. For example, this is a list of data which we scrape for like coaches, and basically, like, I think this was the original one. So we had the Instagram username, we had the full name, but people also include like bullshit stuff like high performance coach. I cannot be like Belinda Kolu Briatel dash high performance coach, like hi, all of this stuff. Like, imagine I wrote like, hi Kara Kovacs business mentor for feminist / Obviously it's gonna appear like kind of like what is right. Obviously someone can tell. So I did not have a fields which I could use to personalize all these different emails. So what I did is I obviously used ChatGPT. I will just show you the exact chat. I think this is the one which I use. I think this is the one. Yeah. So I gave the data to ChatGPT, and yeah, so then it created the two new columns of first name and personalized first line, and then I had a new CSV, and this is what it looks like. So it went through all the data, and then it gave me like the first name of all these people, and now I can use it. Hey Casey, hi Kate, hi Smita, hi Stephanie, hi Krista, hi Rak, whatever the name is. And it also wrote out personalized first lines. So it's like, found you on IG and love how your 1644 followers inspired for top performing blah blah blah. Stumbled upon your IG with 12k strong and love how you fuse feminism with bold business moves blah blah blah. So just saw how you balance life as a mom of 3 with 2338 followers blah blah blah. So now these are like hyper personalized lines. No one can tell like AI wrote it, because it has all these data and it's not like completely generic sounding, and it just works pretty well. So it wrote out like personalized first lines for all of this. Checked your IG, over 26k ladies leveling up with your no BS mindset is quite the movement madly. So hyper personalized first lines, like this is obviously going to be used for like emails, like I'll use it in the email. But now I have a new column, and you can use like a simple prompt. I think I've attached the prompt over here. So yeah, if you don't have ChatGPT Plus, this won't work. So if you want it at like 50% off, then you can just simply go here, and yeah, you're pretty much like good to go. You can get it at like 50% off, actually more than that. It says it's $20, but it's actually close to $24 after taxes and everything. So you save like, just do the math, close to like 65%. So yeah, I'm just gonna change it to like 65% off. And yeah, if you're an Indian user, you can check out from here. If you're international, you can check out using the link above. Otherwise, you can buy directly from OpenAI. That's totally like cool as well. And just copy paste this exact prompt, which I pasted over here, and just copy paste it like till here, from the end to the top. Just copy paste it, and after that you can simply paste the data in the spreadsheet. Like let's say I was like, I think I had opened the, like, yeah, this was the spreadsheet, right? So I can just go to ChatGPT, and this works only with like ChatGPT O1. It can work with 4 as well, but it's absolutely terrible. It does work with O1 mini as well, but you have to like, it just gives you the data for the first 15 rows, then you have to do it manually for the other part, and it's like a very big thing. Like it's a pain in the ass, if I'm being really honest. So just use like O1 is the absolute best one. And yeah, by the way, like in case I forgot to mention, like right now when you buy ChatGPT 50% off thing, we are only able to provide you ChatGPT Plus, which like you can use like O1 a lot, but it's not like unlimited. But soon when we get like a lot of bulk users, what we're gonna do is we're gonna provide you like, where's the thing? Like we're gonna provide you the Pro plan, which has unlimited access to O1 and also the latest model at half the price of Plus. So instead of paying $200, you're paying like $10. So you're getting it for like 20 times cheaper prices. So that's an update which we're looking out for in the future. If you currently subscribe to 50% of ChatGPT plan and you pay us like $10, then in the future as well, like if you have like ChatGPT Plus, you're automatically going to be updated to the ChatGPT Pro once we finally upgrade. And you can just simply paste this prompt, like add a bit of space, and oh my god, like just copy the data from the CSV. I'll just open this up. I'll just open up the CSV of everything. Let's say this is the data. Just copy paste this, boom, and just hit enter. And it's gonna do the work. Like if you have O1, it works absolutely fantastically. O1 and other models are not the best. Like I don't think so. They work good in this regard. And that's it. Like that is how you create like personalized first line columns even if you don't have it. Keep it simple, straightforward, and these are like the highest converting subject lines which I personally used. Just use your own creativity, man. You can get very creative, you can get even better results compared to me. Just use your brain, man. Yeah, take care.